Let's go. Absolutely, Maka. Absolutely. Okay. Power hour it is. Well, the close and power hour, and right, we've got half an hour before power hour, so it's still fairly quiet. This is looking like it wants to make another run up. Oh, thanks, Cleo. Message me first. If you want to go live with me, at least message me first. You know, contact me and say, would you want to go live or something? Say hi. Hi, I'm live. Do you want to join? Do a joint live? Anything. Just don't just try and invade my live because you want to steal my viewers. That's just ignorant. Hey, Alphabet. Yeah, look, I've had worse. I have had worse, Maka. You may not seem like it, but I've had worse, and it happens. It happens to the best of traders. You know, what should have been in place. So instead of the whole dollar drop, I was just discussing this in the Discord just a few moments ago. What should have been in place was the stop loss at the 10-cent level. Which is what I was already discussing whilst I was in the trade. And if that had happened, I mean, the speed it flushed, it would have blown past the stop, but I probably would have lost like 15, 20, 25 cents as opposed to a whole dollar. So, and I could have recovered that back on the bounce. You know, it happens. You can't win them all. Not every trade, and I tried to get back in later and lost a little bit more. So we're ending. Yeah, look, it's a lesson learned, but whether it's a lesson I heed going forward, Maka, is another thing. Hey, same thing. Hey, Les. So anyway, I made 5K back going short on it. So I lost 2K, another 2K. So I went short. He started selling. Excuse me. Started selling off, so I went short on it and made 5K shorting it. So, you know, we're still 3,000 down. We've not had the huge parabolic run. Well, we did. We had Blue Hat, which is what I'm looking at right now. It's been a huge parabolic run, but because I don't trade sub $2 stocks, you know, a large portion of that was off the table to me. This is like 400% up today at its peak. Blue Hat. Thanks for that advice. Same thing. In case you hadn't guessed, I always do everything that. As soon as a user jumps into the chat and tells me to do something on the stock market, I do it immediately because I don't do my own due diligence. I don't look at even hear her. I can't see her. I hear the snoring. I don't know where it is though. Well, let's see what we can do on this next hour. I've got smudges on my glasses and winding me up. I don't know if anyone else wears glasses and you get a smudge, you give it a rub, it doesn't go away. It's right in your line of vision. It's so annoying. Am I really a grumpy, miserable sod? I mean, I know I am, so you don't even bother to answer that. MDJH. MDJN Limited. Why has this just popped up? It's looking strong too. Let's have a quick look. News. This is moving. Can't find it. Okay. Nice CT, maybe. No. These are from yesterday anyway, so don't know why this is moving. I just know it is. Second biggest mover on the day. Huge relative volume. Like 30 times. And then some. Over 40 times relative volume. It never trades this much. Just be careful. There's been quite a few moving like this over the last couple of days. No discernible catalyst. I think it's just the sector. PETZ just moved up like 90% on intraday and without a catalyst. Not quite yet, Owen, but there's time. Evening, Matt. It's time, yeah. I'm still digging. I'm still trying to dig myself. Still trying to dig myself out of this hole, Owen. Not quite got out of it yet, but there's time. Just be careful with these. A lot of these stocks that are moving up without any catalyst. Whilst you can make money on them, you can also lose. It's not like this is, you know, this is. Looking at this on the daily, the last time it was up at this level was back in March. Had a similar run. E26 up in March. A little bit cautious here. It's a little bit extended. 5-6 cent spread. Phoenix Motors is deciding to do something. Woke up again. Not really. That's scale is Altacock. Actually, get this on the 5-minute, you'll see. It's not doing anything. It's just the scale that makes it out of kilter. Not really doing anything at all. I just had a look at that one. They just got all the volume. It moved up. But I'm not seeing any particular catalyst as to why it's moved up. Like I say, just be careful if you see stocks that move like this without any reason. Just be careful. You never know what's driving that, especially if it's a low float stock, low price stock. It could be a pump and dump. A few of those of late. I mean, another very small float. It's like less than 1.5 million shares in the float. 1.45 million shares in the float. So very small float. The thing is, and that's what I'm talking about. So very similar to Phoenix Motors earlier, which is a little under 1 million shares in the float. They can move really quickly. So if they do, you need to be very conscious of the fact that they are moving so quickly that they can move both ways just as quick. Sahil. So my broker charges me $2.90 each way. So it's from a round trip will cost me just shy of $6. Doesn't matter about the size. You want to do MFT? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. Yeah, so look at that. So this moved up to 315, and then it's now back down to 220s. What moving average do I use for day trading? The VWAP. Quite frankly. Algo trading. Okay, well, I can't recommend any algo traders. I've yet to find any that are consistently profitable. I don't do stock picks or signals or anything like that. I teach people how to trade. If you want to learn how to trade, there's no shortcuts to being profitable. If you're trying to find a bot or an algo trader that's going to make you money, you're wasting your time. Trust me, I've looked. None of them. You might get some that have a good strike rate for some of these algo traders that you can subscribe into is about 40-50%. And by the time you've got commissions out of that as well, and you're paying for your algo, you end up losing money. So they're not worth it. Your best bet is to actually learn how to trade properly. Learn how to pick the stocks, learn how to manage risk, learn how to spot the patterns and the entries and the exit signals, and do it that way. If you're not prepared to put the time in and learn it properly, then trading's probably not for you. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Well, if he can charge $1,500 for 6 hours tuition, fair enough, but fair play to him. You know, he obviously values his time. I mean, tuition is one thing, but, and I'm not begrudging somebody charging for tuition, provided they can back it up with their own results, or they can back it up with, you know, an education or knowledge base that is going to be beneficial to you. What I'm not going to be able to stand behind is when somebody wants to charge you $1,500 just to tell you, you know, buy low, sell high. I mean, come on. Yeah, stay away from bots. Absolutely. So going back to you, sir, Sonadcat, on the chart that you're seeing, on all of my charts, I have the VWAP, so the volume weighted average price. On the chart that you're looking at, the 1 minute chart, I've got the 9, 20 and 200 EMAs plotted as well. So I'm not using them specifically for day trading. I'm not using them for entries or exits or anything like that, but it's just I was looking at these EMAs for other reasons a couple of weeks back, and I put them on the chart while I was looking at something else for some swing trades, and I just left them on there, so that's why they're on there. That's great, Sahil. But if you're coming onto my channel trying to get people to subscribe to your and trying to pump your algo traders that don't make any money, you'll just get booted. So don't worry about it. I mean, the fact that the fact that you're talking about bank nifty, that sounds well so straight away. Oh, and this is not a Forex channel. This is equities. This is stocks and shares. All right. Now, I said I was worried about that. Let's go back to BHAT. Oh, this is looking a bit bearish now. No problem, Sahil. I'm polite to everybody, but we're not selling stock picks or signals or algorithmic trading subscriptions or anything on this channel. But you're welcome to stick around and you know, it's US stocks. You're welcome to stick around and observe us trading the close. I'm live. I go live, trading live every single day, every trading day. Well, except tomorrow because I've got other plans. But normally I'm live 90 minutes before the market opens and an hour into the open, and very often the last hour of the market. I'm actually doing a little bit more than the last hour today. Right now, we got caught in a downwards flush earlier today, which we're trying to trade our way out of. So we've covered a lot of it. Weber, this was moving earlier. Pre-market. What's the news? Can't remember the catalyst. This is a 25 million float. Stop knocking on my whatever, wherever you are. Okay, so this is Weber and it's a short squeeze. 40% shorted. Okay, so that's why this is moving up. Got this one saying, shows us several companies in the broader consumer discretionary sector are trading higher amid continued volatility as the market evaluates the economic impact of the Fed policy tightening and the short squeeze. This one's one of the target for the Reddit community. Well, you're welcome to stay, Snooze. Just be polite. As soon as you start getting rude, you get booted. It's as simple as that. Be polite. You can stick around, no problem at all. But if here we go, he's at it again. Look, I warned you. This is your last warning. Stick around and be polite, or you get booted. Simple. You know, you can go on. I know that you like to go around TikTok trolling everybody. Oh, here we go. You were warned. But there you go. Idiot. So SciSpark just hit the scanners, low volume. Look, he's a troll. If you search out "it's snooze" on TikTok, you'll see other people commenting. He jumps into people's lives. He's just a troll, and it's different things. He'll pretend he's doing something, one thing, pretend he's doing something else. He's just a troll. You know, people without a life, they get fun out of trolling other people's accounts. But look, it's good for the algorithm. It's good for engagement. So I don't block him because I know he's going to come back. He's going to comment on my videos. He's going to comment in the lives, and it's great for the algorithm. So I'll just, you know, mute him whenever he makes a step too far. MSP recovery. Have a look at that one. That's right up my street. This is my sector that I used to work in. Yeah, there's a lot of stocks moving up that have not got any particular catalyst as such. So just ride the momentum, but be careful. Riding the momentum, you just got to be careful with it. Wise Key's starting to move up again. I'm very low volume, so don't be very careful with that one, guys. Wise Key. So Weber's taking off. Just gone in a bit of a small size because it's extended up here right now. I just want to give it 11 cents. I'm in at the $0.5, looking for a bit of support on the $0.5. Starter, 2,500 shares starter position, and if it starts to move, we can always scale in. Considering I'm having my second best so far, my second best month of my career, if I'm a losing trader, I would like to be a losing trader every month. That would be good. Over 150,000 in profit already this month. So if that's what losing traders do, I don't want to be a winner. Simple. I'm not moving up as quickly as I thought this was going to move then. I thought this was going to go parabolic. But look, base hits. Happy just to take a couple of base hits. Okay. Just watching for break of the 3/4. Get out. I'll take the 150. Right now we need that brings us down to the deficit to 3,000 today. So we're green on the week at least. This is my final trading session of the week. So this is a bit of a shooting star on the 5-minute. So not too keen on I'm not too keen on the setups here. It's the indicators are saying a bit of time for a pullback. But this has moved up quite well, 34% up at the moment. There you go. I'm not saying I'm the best trader on TikTok. Top 3. Why is BIVI moving up? So the markets are green again. I wish they'd make the mines up. Right, okay, so microcap PEV rises after getting back patent protection for its ascites treatment. So that's BIVI. Don't like that. Moved up 41%. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay. That's just fixing the scanners. Blue hat, yeah, blue hat's 285. Just consolidating sideways now. Just it's trying to get over three. It needs to get over $3 for me to be interested again. So, and welcome back, Sound of Fun. Back to Bivy. Bivy, not great volume. Probably no trade there, really. Today, tomorrow, do I have anything feelings about blue hat? Not particularly. Why would I have feelings about blue hat? Like I say, don't get married to a stock. Trade the action. Don't get married to it. The thing is with blue hat, I mean, it's moving up, but there's no specific news why it's moved up. It's not an IPO. It's not. There's no. I mean, it's got unconfirmed earnings in 12 days, so I mean that's not. You know, that's not a reason for it to have moved up nearly 400% today. So I don't know why blue hat moved up today. It's not a huge float. It's it's just over 4 million float. But go figure. If anybody knows why blue hat moved up 400% today, let me know in the chat. Well, GameStop was a short squeeze, whereas blue hat's only, it's like 2%. It's not even 2% shorted. So blue hat can't be a short squeeze. So, and it could be a 4 million share flow, possible pump and dump. I don't think so. It is a small float, but if anything was going to be a pump and dump, it would have been Phoenix Motors, PEV, which is less than $1 million in the float. Ah, right. Okay, so they cancelled an offering. I even knew that. They had a shelf offering, a share offering that they were going to put out to the market, and they cancelled it, and that's why they've reacted it. But that was a couple of days ago. That wasn't today. That was the beginning of the week. I'm pretty sure that was at the beginning of the week. Yeah. Shelve plans to public stock. Shelve plans for a public stock offering. That was. Even wrote that on the description of the YouTube channel. Go figure. Of course I knew that. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. Thanks for reminding me. They probably made more just from the share price rising 400% than they would have if they'd gone through with the offering. Just saying. They definitely would have made more. So what will happen now is the problem. because the price has gone up 400%, now they'll probably put the offering out thinking we can get even more money. Greed takes over, doesn't it? That's Blue Hat. PETZ. For those of you wondering what happened, so if you join me on the earlier stream, you saw we were trading well. We were about $2,000 up, and then we got caught in the flush on this flush on Phoenix Motors. This flush down here. We traded again, and then we got up here and we shorted it. We started shorting it. When we couldn't make the money back, we shorted it down here. So then it moved back up, we shorted it again. So we made back $5 grand shorting it. Which means that, okay, so they were planning on diluting shares. They were planning on going with an additional public offering of shares, which would effectively dilute the shares. So it adds liquidity to the market so more people can buy shares, but it just increases the size of the float. What usually happens when they do that is it tanks the price. So they go to market with, let's say it was at $1 a share, and they go to market with an additional million shares. They're looking to raise an additional $1 million by selling those shares. But what it actually does is it dilutes the rest of the market. Yeah, my preference. Rev is done. Revlon is done. It's Revlon's what, 714s now. Yeah, it's bigger bath. Absolutely, that's a good way of describing it. It's just a bigger bath. So Revlon, yeah, it's down. This is Revlon. So put it on the 15-minute. You can see we got to the close yesterday, and it sold off. Pre-market sold off at the open, and it's consolidating sideways now. So Revlon's just consolidating around the $7 mark. I can't see this, and the volume is a lot lower than what it has been. It's not too bad today, but it's still a lot lower than what it has been, and it's down on the day 12%. Oh, well, how long do I hold my positions? Well, I'll tell you exactly. It's about an hour. Actually, at the moment, this month, exactly 1 hour. My average hold time for winning trades and losing trades is an hour. That's I'm reading directly from my TradingView stats there as well. So let me just. Oh, that's not from this month. That's from this year. So this year I'm averaging across the whole year. Let me have a look at this month. June. Actually, so my average hold time. Maybe I should just hold my trades longer, and I'll have a month like June every month. My average hold time in June is 2 hours for winning trades and an hour for losing trades. According to this. Yeah, but the thing is though, when it's like, it's the same, whilst you might get a transaction, might be multiple transactions, that you're actually making one trade. It's one trade. You're just getting in and out with multiple transactions within the trade. If I'm trading intraday, if I buy Revlon at $7, get out again at $7.50, buy it at $7.60, get out at $7.90, that's one trade between $7 and $7.90. yeah, it goes up and down, and we jump ship and we manage risk and we do things like that. But it's essentially it's one trade. It's of the same thinking. So of course they do super chip. The best ones definitely make you money as soon as you're in. This is why my favorite strategy is gap and go. When you've got strong stocks pre-market, and then you can go big size as they start to motor out of the blocks at the bell. Those are the best trades. So straight away, you're in it pre-market, you're holding a cushion on the ticker pre-market, you're going into the open, it's pulled back a little bit, it's kind of cooled off a little bit, and then at the open, it motors out of the blocks and breaks pre-market highs and goes parabolic. Those are the best ones. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite strategy, and those are my favorite trades. Because you can go really big size right straight away, and know because you're getting all of that volume at that opening 15-minute volume to drive it to the upside, and those are the most reliable ones as well. So that's why I like those gap and go trades. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Super Chip. The best ones make you money as soon as you take off. Although saying that, if you go back when I made that $62,000 trade, or 63 or whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago with Aeroclean, that was pretty much all day. I was riding that up. Yeah, I was just looking at Weber. Is it moving up again? Yeah, so we got out at the top of that, or it pulled back. So we've got the topping tail there, shooting star, that's often known as. It's like an inverted hammer. It's an exit indicator or a reversal indicator, and look what happened. You got the reversal at 12. I was just about to say it looks like it's about to reverse, and it did. And that was a 70-cent reversal, and that was fractions of a second that went down there. Good job it didn't halt. Whoever was in it. No problem at all, Owen. Yes, Weber can go higher, it just did, and then now it's pulling back some. So what I'm saying about a lot of these stocks is they're not moving up with a particular catalyst, so just be wary of them. They're small floats, so people can unload big size. If they're accumulating size on the way up, you're going to unload big size to take profits. That was somebody unloading at $12, and as soon as it started to pull back from 12.20, 12.25, as soon as it hit $12, they unloaded big size, and that flushed it down. So just be wary of that. We've still got to find something worth trading yet. Got $3,000 to make up today. Still green on the week at least. Definitely green on the month. Gaucho. Vino. Bought another case of Vino this morning, funnily enough. My current favourite tipple. Opacelli Ripasso. It's moved up on very low volume, so don't even bother with that one. Blue hat, tickling around the EMAs, above the VWAP, but tickling around the 920 and 200 are all very close together. Red box coming back. Well, it's trying to go green on the day. The red box is going to stick around for a while it's a bit like AMC and GME. It's a big squeeze play. There's over 100% short interest, and there's about 40, I think last time I saw 47% short float on red box. So it's highly shorted, which makes it a prime target for the squeeze. But it needs to continue upwards. We need more volume on Redbox. Back to its 30 million shares traded daily, and we might get that squeeze. Now let's go back to PETZ. PETZ seems to be making gains again. Looking for a bounce here. Confirmation on the VWAP. Going back to the VWAP. I want to see it hold the VWAP and then start to move up. PETZ. TDH Holdings is the company. Again, no discernible catalyst, just moving up on wider sector volume. There's been a lot of that. Don't mind that. The volatility coming into the market. We like volatility. We can take advantage of volatility. I just prefer a catalyst that makes it reliable. Yeah, the smaller, but in fact, we'd rather just put our feet in the sink, super chip. Sit on the sit in the bathroom sink. Dip our feet. Forget the bath. Let's have a basin. I'll go back to Redbox. That pump up didn't last. We're not getting huge volume from Redbox at the minute. Dogs is moving, probably in sympathy with PETZ. I don't think there's a cats. Oh, Dolphin is ETF stock. Dolphin Entertainment. Get a bit more volatility. That. Let's go back to PETZ. Holding the whole dollar. We've got this 10-cent range between the whole dollar and the VWAP, which concerns me a little bit. If we're above it, you could have potentially said, okay, well, we'll enter at the VWAP, and you've got a tight risk there on the whole dollar in terms of support levels. But it's not even holding the whole dollar, so. Okay, we continue to look for other things. Is this going to make a run into the close? Phoenix Motors again. Damn thing took 14 grand off me earlier. I'll have a look for you, super chip. Nope. There you go. When we said the topping tail at the bottom as Weber moved up, that reversal was in place. Can you short this? Yeah, it's shortable. There's only 4,000 shares available. Not worth it. Brain Therapeutics. Ouch. Not like that at all. Let's get rid of some of these crappy sub $2 stocks. PETZ needs to stay, it needs to hold $3. Me, 290. A couple of reversals. Looks like it's going to make another run for the whole dollar, but volume's dying out. We've got this little pop up on volume, and it's died back out just as quick. So just be careful. All I'm saying. I'll take a look for you, Super Chip. Valneva, no volume at all. Look at that. 217,000 shares traded today. No, an FXTX, I didn't like that this morning. I don't think I'm going to like it now. Yeah, no volume. Absolutely no volume this morning. Gapped up, but no volume. F-Star Therapeutics. NASDAQ jumps 100 points. Okay, so Cena Biopharma have announced it will acquire F-Star Therapeutics for $7.12 a share. Why this gapped up and isn't moving. An acquisition. $161 million. So you're not going to get much on this. I mean, the potential 75-cent move, but it's over $7 a share. It's not moving because acquisition. Let's look at BHAT. Still looking quite bullish on the higher time frames. We've only had the one red candle on the 60-minute. If this candle goes green, good stuff. Hope it works out for you, same thing. Higher value stocks, there just isn't any moving. Fiber's probably the only one that's keeps hitting the numbers. A little bit of a lull, absolutely. Let's have a look. What did they do? That kind of sold off heavy, reached its peak up at 240, 243, and sold off heavy, trying to make a comeback. I'm not impressed. Have a look what else. Back to Weber. Well, we've got 45 minutes of the market left. The S&P 500, let's look at the wider markets. The S&P 500 is had this huge sell-off around lunchtime, making a bit of a rally. It's green and back green again. So everything, all the markets went red over lunchtime. Lunchtime market time, that is. And they've all gone green again. So can they stay above the VWAP? Can they stay bullish? That's the question for the rest of the week. We've got one more day. I will not be, just so you know, guys, I won't be trading. There'll be no live stream tomorrow. This is my last trading session until Monday. So you've got 3 days without me. I hope you've learned enough to be able to manage without me. Do I reckon Weber will pull back? Yeah. Have a look. On the 15 minutes, we got out in and out at the top of this one, but Weber actually moved up after that. Back to the 1 minute. Yeah, so no, that's looking very weak right now, is Weber. Below the VWAP now, it needs to get back above the VWAP, so realistically it needs to get back above $11 to be really interesting now. And we've got a little hammer doji there. Says it might make a bit of a run up, but probably will get rejected at the VWAP again. I've got a wedding to go to, Super Chip. A couple of friends are getting married. So that's why I was asking yesterday if what to get them for a gift. I went out this morning, got myself a case of wine, and them a really nice bottle of whiskey and some a crystal decanter whiskey goblet set. I thought, you know, they like the whiskey, so why not? Bloody expensive yolks, those are there. If you're going to get a nice, going to drink nice whiskey, it's always better if it's decanted, aerated. Straight out of the bottle, it's not ideal. I'll have a look at that one for you, since there's nothing else to look at. Ah, come on. Too many blanks. Wallbox, whilst it's moving up, the volume is not there. It's like 570,000 shares all day. And look at these blanks on the way up. That's just not reliable. Can't trade that. I mean, you can trade it, but it's gambling. You need volume. Well, let's have a look at let's see if Weber does go up in the last half an hour of the market. I'm not too sure. It's looking very weak at the minute. Look at it on all time frames. It's looking weak. It's the shooting star at the top. If you look at it on the 5 minute, even more scary. Look at that. Shooting star, the topping tail doji. It's that's not looking very healthy in terms of if you're bullish. It's not. I'd have to locate shares, and I'm not paying for share locates at this time of the day. Only 4,000 available, so I'll have to pay to locate extra. Well, if it continues dropping 10.50, the $0.50 is where the 200 EMA is. So if we're going to get a bounce, I'd say it's probably going to be here. Otherwise, if it gets down to $10, it's pretty much lost all its gains from its run up in the afternoon. So really, what needs to bounce on this 200 EMA? I'm not saying it's not a good company, but I'm quite frankly, a lot of the companies that I trade here they're not good companies. A lot of them are, majority of them are garbage. There's a reason why they're $4, $5, $6 is because they're a garbage company. Now this is looking weak. But the thing is, particularly in the bioscience sector, it's the biopharm, you know, they get a good catalyst, an FDA catalyst or a patent granted or something like that, and you can get real moon gains on it. So, and you get the volume coming in, and you've got predictable movement. It's those kind of stocks are what we want to see every day, so that, you know, when they move up 200-300% on the first day, another 400% the next day, and then another 100% the day after, you get a continuation for 3 or 4 days in a row. I mean, just look back at Euroclean over the since the start of the month, how that moved up. It was really good, and then it pull back and then move up again. Well, but they're the compressed air people, are they? They make compressors and things. Super Chip, is this the compressor people? Yeah, it's gonna hit 10. Would you short from here? It's not. It's my broker. There's not enough short. I'd have to pay for locates because my broker doesn't have enough to short. There's only 4,000 available to short. And right, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, the graphic design people. I'm with you. I know which ones they are now. We might get a bounce at, like you say, at 10 or this range of around 10, but doesn't look like we're getting a slowdown. If you look at it on the 5-minute, this is what I tend to look higher. The red candles are actually, they're not getting smaller, which is usually an indication of exhaustion when they're selling off. We've got this big red candle, it's probably the biggest one of them all. We need to see a smaller red candle or a doji, and then potentially look for a bounce. No sign of a reversal just yet. There's a doji on the 1-minute, but as I've already mentioned, the higher time frames tend to be a bit more reliable. If you're looking on the 2-minute, there's no dojis. Now, this one might be a doji forming now, but still. Red Book's up at $10 now, $9.99. How much you used to be able to buy a pair of Nike socks on Wigan Market? Here we go. This might be the indicator that we've been looking for. This might be the bounce. Got a little doji on the 2 minute. Possible entry at 33, 35. Move back up. I don't think it's, when you look at the volume, how it's died out, I've been reticent to say it's a good time to get in, but you might get a bounce here on Weber. We're not going to make 3 grand out of it though, that's for sure. I have to go in with about 25,000 shares to make 3,000 on it. I'm not confident enough to go in that big. Right, okay, so Weber Inc. is an outdoor cooking company and maintains a diverse product portfolio across fuel types, pricing tiers, and a wide range of accessories, consumables, and services. So this is the barbecue people, the gas barbecue people. That's what this one is. That's this Weber super chip, the gas barbecue people. I don't think I'm going to be wearing this top again, Anthony. It's not Newcastle either. It's a referee. So it's an NFL referee shirt. I've had that a few times. My pets are popping, are they? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Can we hold the VWAP? Break of 320, which was resistance level there. Checked at 320 previously. Okay, so we're in at 325. Volatile, give you that. Spreads are, you know, they're not too bad. 5-6 cents range. Ooh. Push target 10 cents. Doesn't look like this is going to go. We'll see. You know you're annoying me with your barking. You're not a barky dog and you've just started barking this last couple of weeks. $0.10, lock in half of that. Get out as it pulls back. Right, okay, that makes sense. There's the exit. I got it the right time. I've got a couple of exit indicators there that's saying probably reversal imminent. I made $700 on that one, I think. Was it? Something like that? Not $400. We made $400. It was a quick $400. But heed those indicators. You need to heed those indicators. Don't listen to those exit indicators, then you're just going to lose money. There you go. There's the reversal. The market tells you when what it's going to do before it does it. It really does. If you're just prepared to listen and pay attention. Hey, Art. Okay, let's have a look at what else is moving up. Anything? Other than PETZ? No, not really. Rain a little bit. TV. We're jumping on sympathy with the PETZ. You do. What they do? What's that doing today? Volume, but it's selling off. Well, at this moment in time, it looks like it's going to be a red day. Can't have green days every day. How many red days I've actually had this month? Officially and unofficially. Tuesday was unofficially a red day. I say that because it was trade profit green, $500, but after transaction fees, it was red. Let's have a look at the overview calendar. So far I've had one red day in June. Tuesday was kind of a red day. But June's been good to me so far. This is going to be my second official red day. Well, and the reason I'm saying that, even though I've got half an hour to go, I'm just not seeing anything jumping out with the volatility and the volume that is going to give me that $2.5 grand pop. A 40-50 cent move. That's pulling back again. Well, we did well to get to judge the top pretty much there. The top was 340. We got out at 336, so we missed it by 4 cents. That's not bad. Here we go. Super chip. Your wish is my command. Lightning E Motors. 376. Zev. Yeah, not huge volume. I mean, these volume candles at the bottom, they're like less than 20,000 a minute. Less than 10,000 a minute, in fact. I really want to be looking at a minimum of 25,000 shares a minute being traded. Is kind of the minimum volume I really want. I've got my scanners set to that, so it doesn't pop up if it's not being traded at 25,000 shares a minute. There's no volume at all on that one. Ikea Oncology super chip. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's up 12%, nearly 13%, but just on very low volume. It's like 272,000 shares traded all day. So let's have a look at why I've not seen this. Only moved up this last okay. Bit of volume comes in. This could be interesting. Let's have a look. Where did it go? Radius Health. Shareholder alert. Demi LLP investigates whether Radius Health has obtained a fair price in its transaction with Gurnett Point and Patient Square. Right, okay. So this is saying that bone health focused Radius Health goes private in an 890 million deal. It's going private. Buyout. Potential buyout, at least. $11 a share is what the buyout price is. So we're not. This is probably not gonna get much more than that. Hey donuts. Yeah, everyone says it's a good recovery from earlier, but I'm still in the hole. It's still a red day. And red days are bad days. Doesn't matter how big or small, a red day is a bad day. The same way as a green day is a good day. Doesn't matter how big or small. If you're green, you're green. If you're red, you're red. Two of the most obvious statements you'll ever hear me say, but so very accurate. Let's have a look. Let's make a bounce on the $3 level. VWAP maybe. Bounced on the VWAP. 5 cents. Now the volume's died off. You see. Volume picks up. Interesting. Second century. That's just this on the 5 minute. Look at it on the 15. Let's just never look back. Dervla, if you want to go live with me, message me. Don't just try and jump into my live stream and co-host it. That's just rude. It's just bloody rude. Say hi or something. This is just never look back. I mean, it's not moving so much now, but it's still very strong day, intraday chart, and had a really good day yesterday as well. On the 60 minute, you can see it had a good day pre-market, sold off, consolidated, and then it's been. If this gets above 250, where's the resistance levels here? Yeah, 250. There's resistance, quite a bit of resistance at 250. Historical resistance. You've got the $0.50, you've got the historical resistance. If it gets above 250, could be game on. Yeah, there's resistance again every 10 cents on this one. Probably not up until 280. There's a window after 280. There's key resistance levels every 10 cents. Which chart do I use to place trades? It depends on which chart I'm using in terms of the pattern. So I have Right now I've got, I'm looking at this particular ticker, which is 22nd Century Group. I've got the 1, 2, 5, 60 minute charts and the daily open that I can see. So I'm looking for key areas of resistance on all of them. I'm looking for key areas of support on all of them. I'm looking for patterns that on the 1, 2, and 5 that are forming. Ideally, I want to see patterns on the 5 because it's more reliable. But the problem is with 5-minute patterns, they take longer to form and longer to break out. So I look for micro entries on the 1 minute and confirmation on the 2. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, but how many shares are they talking about? How big's the offering, Prime Chinister? $420, Bluebird Bio just announced an offering. It's how big's the offering? Ah, there we go. So we're talking options now. Well, I hope that works out for you, buddy. Yeah, but what about what size is the is what I'm saying? How many shares are we talking? Just I mean, it's just diluting the pool is all it is. It can be quite bullish because it adds liquidity to the market, but a lot of investors, a lot of traders will look at it as bearish because they look at it as like, well, my percentage stake per share of the pie is going to be less, as opposed to seeing that, well, this is a way that companies raise funds. This is one of the ways they raise funds. So an at the market offering is basically, well, we can, for example, Blue at $4 right now. If they offer a million shares, they can raise $4 million by selling into the market. And a lot of newbie traders or retail traders won't understand that. That's just how some companies make money. And usually when you get offerings like that, when stock splits and additional market offerings, diluting the market, adding shares to the market, it's because they're not making money other ways. If they were making money, they wouldn't have to add more shares to the market to actually make money and pay the debts. There you go. So 75 million. What's the size of the float already? Well, just give me a second. I'll pull this up and have a look. Oh, Ovi might be making a move. It's a 50 million float, so they're basically doubling the size, more than doubling the size of the float. 75 million. It's a 50 million float right now. Oh, tough built. Are they moving? Did it drop news? This is tough built. 172. Just a quick pop. Doesn't look favourable. This pop up. I'm being giving my opinion, not financial advice. Doesn't look like a strong move. Quick pop and a drop, I think. Applied UV. That hit the scanners over the last 5 minutes. again, not really getting one quick pop on the volume. I'm a little bit frustrated now because I was hoping to make back. It's just gone quiet. I've had a lull in the market. The last hour has just been trash to trade. It really has. Nothing really worth trading. Yeah, I'm not keen on Weber right now. So it's back down to the levels it was at lunchtime before it made its move up. So it's lost all those gains. So if you're hoping that Weber's going to come back, you've got 15 minutes, and I think you might be disappointed. Although the S&P 500's motoring, look at that. 378s, 378.30s. Nice day out. 100 beeps. What about the NASDAQ? 1600 beeps. Oh, 160 beeps. I'll take a look at snow. Why not? I've not looked at snow for a long time. Snowflake Inc. 143 at the moment. It's having a good day. 12% up today. Always has good volume. Well, I'll say good volume. It's reasonable volume. Really, really want something to move for me. Something just to go a little bit parabolic into the close would be nice. I wouldn't say it's a safer bet, Sonadcat. In fact, quite the opposite. You'll make more money on the US markets because, as I keep saying, to really be profitable, you need two things. If you're going to take a trade, you need volume and volatility. Now, you can get volatile moves on other markets, but the majority of traders, day traders, the world over, trade the US markets. It is the leader in the finance markets. Quite simple. The New York Stock Exchange leads the world in the finance market. So the majority of traders, retail traders in particular, trade those markets. So that's where you're going to get the volume. So if you're looking for, reliable moves that you can, rely upon after a good catalyst, trading the US markets, you're going to get big moves with big volume, whereas you're not going to get that on the FTSE or the Hang Seng or the DAX or wherever. You might get some volatile moves because of a catalyst, but you're not going to get the volume in the same way you would on the NYSE. You're probably not. I'm expecting a little bit of a bear rally. What I mean by that is we're in a bear market. I don't see that we're nowhere near the bottom right now. In my opinion, we're nowhere near the bottom right now. So a bear market rally is a few days of consecutive good upwards movement, and then you'll get hit, and it will go spiral downwards and break lows again. That's what I'm expecting. Now, we've had a couple of days of sideways movements on the SPY. If you look at it on the 60-minute, I'll show you. If you look at, I'll zoom out. A couple of days, it gapped up here, then it gapped down and moved up. It's kind of sideways right now. It's choppy sideways. But I'd like to see a little bit of a bear market rally, maybe get back up towards kind of 390 on the SPY, and then it'll dip. Maybe 400. We're not out of the woods yet. Not by a long shot. Not if you ask. Not on my own not financial advice, by the way. Just my personal opinion. The fat bloke on the internet with opinion. That's all I am. Yeah, absolutely, McSticky Tocky. Again, look at it this way. So a lot of the stocks that have been traded today, let's look at what I've made money on today. So Blue Hat. So Blue Hat is currently 268. So let's say it was averaging $3 a share. So this is for McSticky Tocky. If you've got $1,000 in your account, and let's just say you've got 4 times leverage on that, with a $3 stock, I'm not saying that, I know mine won't give me 4 times leverage on a $3 stock, it'll only give me 2, but that's beside the point. For a $3 stock, you've got 4 times leverage, so you've got $4,000 worth of buying power. So you could take 1,000 shares and have a little bit left over. You could take 1,000 shares. If it moves 10 cents and you manage to catch it, if it moves 20 cents and you capture the middle half of that move, so you capture 10 cents of that 20-cent move, and that's all it does all day. And you've gone 1,000 shares and you've captured a 10-cent move. You've made $100. And if you've made $100 and that's in one day, if you make that every day, that's $500 across the week. That's $2,000 a month. Yes, is the answer, McSticky Tocky. With $1,000 to trade with, provided you exercise good risk management, you're being very disciplined, you don't trade too much, you want to take the best setups, then yes, you can make $100 a day, $200 a day. I wouldn't say that's beyond the reckoning. But if you overtrade, if you try and get greedy, if you take 4 setups and you're not disciplined about it, you'll lose that 1,000 quicker than you can say whitewash. So it's about being patient, wait for the setups, just take one. With 1,000, with a small account, you're going to be taking between 1 and 3 trades a day. That's it, no more. If you're taking more than three trades a day, you're trading too much with a small account. Not top and tails, but certainly black tie. Absolutely, Owen. Hey, look, I'll teach you. I'm happy to teach you. Anybody else that wants me to teach them, jump on. Let's have the only difference between me. So Blue Hat, I'm going to PETZ, okay, $3 a stock. PETZ started to make a move, and I got on PETZ because one of the guys in the day trade with Tony Discord said PETZ is moving, so I jumped in, got a pullback, and jumped on the pullback, and I made $500 on that move. Now he'd made $50. The only difference between the two of us was sizing. I went in with bigger size. I think he was in for about 500 shares, and I was in for 5,000 shares. We both got on the same move and probably got out at the same time. So the only difference between making $50 and making $500 on that same move was sizing. Well, it's up to you, Owen. Take your time. Do it in your own time. But I think it's important. Anybody, if I'd been taught if I'd been able to become financially literate as a teenager or early 20s, I wouldn't have worked my tail off climbing the corporate ladder for very little reward that I did. I mean, yes, I got to pretty much the top rungs of the ladder, you know, regional vice president and all that kind of stuff, but still you don't get the reward, and you're replaceable. You end up living to your means, so you've got a six-figure income, a nice healthy six-figure income, but you've still got no money to spend because you spend it all. So you know you put a little bit of savings away and each month, but as your income increases, so does your standard of living, and you've lived to your means. Well, you just got to be careful, Owen, because there's a lot of people out there that they'll look at the markets. They won't actually show you themselves trading. They'll look at the markets. They'll say, "Look, I called this out because at such and such a price, and it went up to such and such a price." And my question there is, okay, did you put money on it? Did you enter the trade? Where's your entry? Where's your exit? Where's your proof? Where's your P&L? And a lot of them won't do it. I think I've seen 2 other people on TikTok doing it. There's probably 3 that I've seen on YouTube doing it. You know, showing the P&L in real time, not just making videos of when they've had a good day and not making a video when they've had a bad day. So yeah, there's 2 or 3 that I've seen that are what I could say credible. There's a lot of people that are just full of crap. And what you find is if they're not showing you losses as well as wins, I mean, they're just trying to big themselves up. The losses are just as common as your gains. You make a gain, like today, for example. I was doing well with Phoenix. You were all, for those of you that were in the stream, you were watching me. I was trading that well. I was up $2,000 at one stage with Phoenix Motors, and that big flush, my own fault. I should have had a stop in place. Didn't have a stop in place. I got crushed. Granted, we managed to fight back and claw a lot of that back, but could have been so much better. Hey, Mighty Stocks. Not a good day today, was it not today? Sorry to hear that, buddy. Well, that's the whole point, Owen, is that, look, it took me a good few months before I actually turned a corner. I was consistently losing to start off with, and if I'd had a mentor, if I'd had somebody that I could actually learn from, I would have picked it up so much quicker. I wouldn't have lost nowhere near as much money as I did in the first instance. But you've got to be real about it. Every trade, it doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, there's no way I could have. I did say, to be fair, I did call out with that I saw some exit indicators, but I was already in a losing position, so I was going to let the trade play out. I called out my stop, but I didn't put the stop in place. I was mental stop, and I wasn't quick enough when it flushed like that. If you've got a stop in place, if you see the exit indicators and you don't have a stop in place, put one in place. That's what hotkeys are for. That's the end of the market day. But that's what hotkeys are for. I mean, you can put a quick stop in place, even if it's 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever it is, you put a quick stop in place just to protect your assets, just to protect your equity. And the fact that I was in big size as well, I was 15,000 shares there when it flushed. And if you're not protecting that equity, it's your own fault when it does flush if you've not got a stop in place. So I can't say that could happen to anybody. It does happen to anybody, but if you're managing your risk properly, if I was managing my risk properly today, I wouldn't have lost as much as I did on that flush. I was still got caught in it, and the speed that it went, it would blasted straight past my stop. I would have got a lot of slippage, probably about maybe 20, 30 cent slippage even. But 20, 30, if you get 30 cent slippage is a lot better than $1. So, you know. Question is, what the heck do you do with the money? Well, when the taxman's had his share of it, which is a large, hefty chunk, I've got, what I tend to do is I split it in 3. At the end of each month, I take my gains at the end of each month and I split it into 3. I put 3 into longer term, lower risk investments, and then put a third away for the tax man, and then I've got a third for me to do with whatever I want to do with it. That might be buying a nice little watch, you know, adding to my shoe collection, you know, whatever it is that I like to do. I'm not one of these big flex people who goes out and buys big gold chains and, you know, drives around in a flash car. I'm driving a Volvo, for crying out loud, you know? So there's no need. I mean, if you're going out buying shite with your money's not going to last. Simple. If you're going out and buying shite with your money's not going to last. So one of the worst things you can do is go and invest in a flash motor, because as soon as you take it off the lot, you've lost 30% of your value. You know? XC6 is a nice motor. It is built like a tank. What got me into the Volvo originally, I used to have a Volvo S60 back in when I was still with the wife and kids, and it was so safe, it was sturdy, you got peace of mind with having the kids in it, you know, when they were young. And I've had BMWs, I've once had a Merc and I hated it. I got rid of it after about 6 months. It was horrible. And I went back to the S80. I really like the S80. I think it's a good quality. I think it's better than a BMW personally. Yeah, women take my money as well. That's what they tend to do. Okay, well, this is we're done for another week. So let's see where we finish. So we've got 2.5 grand. Let's call it. Well, actually, after it's probably about another 12. Let's call it 1,500 on top of that. So about 4,000 in the hole, I would say, after today. I'll get the accurate figures later. About 4,000 in the hole. Let's pull this across so we can actually see what we're talking about. This is my face. If you go in here, this is my profile. If you click on this, you get to the link, the TikTok trader link. Okay, guys. So if you click that, it brings you to the link tree. You might get a splash screen beforehand. If you want to contact me, my email is right here. Just click the envelope. Check out, go and subscribe on the YouTube. You get the same videos that you're getting on TikTok, but they're a lot bigger. They're in landscape format with a lot more information on. So if you're on YouTube, you know that anyway. These links are all in the description on YouTube. So this is the course, Day Trade with Tony. Benzinga for the scanners. Use this code for the discount. Make sure you take the 14 days free first. You don't want to be paying for something you don't like. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. But if you like it, get the 35% off. That's the code in the link tree. Trader View. So Trader View, this is why I brought this up now. So I want to have a look at the Trader View stats. So right now, so this is June. This is my June. Whilst technically Tuesday was a red day, we made $570 trade profit on Tuesday, but it was a red day. After we take all the transaction fees, commissions, charges, etc., it was a red day. So this is my June so far. It's looking like a really good month, and to be fair, it's currently my second best ever month in terms of trade profit. So when I go into the details, you can see 154,000 in trade profit already on the month. Really, really good. Largest trade was that Euroclean trade. I've had some good trades this month as well, but the Euroclean, 63,000 trade with Euroclean was really what set the month up. So that was in week 1 of June, and then we kicked on from there. So I think we got about 15k. We got a good day before this one, and then we got another 30,000 after it with Euroclean as well. So we got some really good money out of Euroclean this month. you can see here that average, someone was asking me, how long do I hold? So in terms of a trade, 2 hours is my average winning time for a winning trade. It's half of that for a losing trade. So that tells me I need to hold my winners longer and cut my losers quicker. My accuracy is currently 2 to 1-ish, give or take, which is not bad accuracy. My average win versus average loss is what, 5 to 3 in terms of ratios. Again, quite good. But the profit factor this month is 3.5. That's a really, really good profit factor. For looking at win-loss expectation, you can see here that the ratios here. This is a better comparison in terms of win versus loss. So risk versus reward. 60,000. I've lost 60,000, or I've risked 60,000 to make 210,000. So that's a better understanding of my overall profitability. So if you can take that the way that you want to, it's what, 3.5 to 1 in terms of win versus gain. This is my profit graph, my P&L graph for the month. If you're not using TraderView to log and analyze your trades, if you're trading, if you're learning to trade, do it. You know, whether you're writing it down on a spreadsheet or whether you're using a trading platform or whatever it is, make sure you use something like TraderView. It's great to be able to analyze your trade. The wins versus loss days. I mean, the fact that I've only had the one losing day so far, but it was a big one. $27,000 we lost on the one day. So yeah. I mean, you look at that, 14 winning days against 1 losing day. Today's another losing day, so that's, you know, 14 winners versus 2 losers. So you gotta be happy with these stats. Well, I'm happy with these stats for sure. So yeah, check out TraderView. Where you find it, it's the third one down in the link tree. The platform I use to trade is Dash Trader. For chart, if I'm doing technical analysis, Dash Trader is a great trading platform, direct to the market trading platform. It really is. But as far as charting, it can be a little bit limited in terms of charting. So if you want to do deep dives in terms of technical analysis, get on TradingView. It's free. I used to subscribe into I probably will do again, but I paid for a year last year and I didn't renew it this year. But so I'm currently on the free package, but it does everything that you need. So TradingView. So going back again, there's the course, there's the Benzinga for the stocks, TradingView, not to be confused the two, and Dash Trader. That's me done for the day. That's me done for the week. Gonna have a few drinks and some food tomorrow, and the day after for that matter. And I will see you bright and early back at it on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I'm having a long weekend. You guys enjoy the rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you Monday morning or Monday afternoon. Catch you later, guys.